Okay. We're back and we're live. Sorry that the OBS was not working. Make sure I got all my stuff set up while people trickle in from the other stream to here. Okie dokie. Okay. Make sure we're doing things right. Oh, that's so weird. Okay, it did work. Okay, beautiful. Hi, friends. Welcome to the new stream. I know we lost all the background stuff. It didn't do that because I used that for our patron live stream on Friday, but it didn't have that many problems. Maybe I'll have to tweak with some of the settings on there just to make sure that I'm not losing my mind. Yes, you are all in the right place. I thought I was sending this on the other stream because I didn't know if it was still running or not. But yes, everyone here, we're all in the right place. We're here, we're alive, we're having a great time. And let me see. Now I can now click all your comments. So, and also Duchess is here to watch me click all the comments. So, hello everyone. Welcome to the second live stream of the day. Oh my Lord. What a time to be alive. Tay has spawns. Hi, Taylor. Welcome to the stream. Happy to have you here, friend. Duchess is here to greet all of you. She thinks that you are all here to see her, really, truly, honestly. And yeah, we're here to have a good time. But now that we have a steady internet connection, let me know what you're working on. I am no longer following the vibes, so I guess I can edit that on here. I am working on TDT outline. We have Reputate and we have Vitate. Not, well, I guess not Taylor Swift, but we do have the next best thing, which is Taylor Ann Wright. You know? Let's go, Project Purple. Dude, I'm so excited. We're gonna be having some fun tonight. So basically, Taylor, what I'm going to be doing is taking that outline that you and me made, and now that I know everyone's names, I have a better idea of how the magic system works. I have an idea of prophecies that happened prior to this. I actually plotted the story of what happens before. Okay, so Taylor, you know what happens at the end of the book, right? So you know this change that happens. Am I right? So basically, I wrote the story of the first time that thing ever happened. And so basically, whenever like the thing happens in the end of the book, in book 2, they're going to be talking to one of like the elders and being like, has anything like this ever happened before? And they're going to say yes, but only once before. And basically, the prophecy thing that I wrote of the twin kings or the twin princes is like the callback. That's what we're calling back to in book 2. So like the lore is going deep. The lore is deep here, folks. Okay, but let me catch up on some chat, see what everybody's doing. Hi, Yasmin. Falcon's getting ready for work. That is sad, but you know what? I'm glad that you're hanging out while you're getting ready. Hi, Tierra. Welcome. Tia is outlining. Ian finished book 4, and he is finally reading my whole first 3 chapters of GWC. Love that. OMG, I'm so it's gonna be so much fun. Thank you, Taylor. Okay, so you do know the thing that I'm talking about. Actually, you know what, Taylor? On this first sprint, I might have to call you because I gotta. Or you know what? Or listen, hit me up. I'll add you to this stream right now. I'm just kidding. I'm not kidding. If you wanted to join, but anyway, doing read through of draft 7 and making notes. Broke my strike of writing for 9 days straight. Had to take a bit of a break. Hey, listen to your body, listen to your brain. If I'm being real, I haven't drafted. I can't remember the last time I drafted something. Honestly, I think the last time I drafted anything was November when we did the November writing challenge. Like being so for real. Rising is re-outlining their fantasy book, 85K words into it, but need to go back and fix some things before finishing the last chapters. Got it. Oh, outlining a screenplay. So fun. Ellen is re-outlining. So it looks like we're all going to be outlining together, and I love that for us. Girl, I can talk to you on the phone while you're doing your chores, okay? Because I need to tell you the thing that's happening. But it doesn't. I mean, it can be during the second sprint. You just let me know when you're ready for me. When I see your name pop up on my phone, I'll be like, all right, Taylor, I'm finna call you and tell you the tea of what I came up with. Okay. So, and if you want it to be like a little podcast while you're cleaning, I can give you the whole backstory prophecy of the things. Ash is also going to be doing some outlining. Y'all, we're having an outlining party and we didn't even know. So this is interesting. I'm going to talk about this for a second. So with outlining, well, I use the standard story structure normally for like when I did like Ghostwriters Club and when I did Project Terms and Conditions, I used Save the Cat. For this one, I kind of had an idea of like, I know the big problem. And so once I know the big problem, I know that needs to stretch over, because in my brain right now, it's a 4-book series. So that's going to stretch over the 4-book series. And I kind of have the title back there, the titles of each book to kind of help me know what phase of that arc I'm in. So that's why we have the Dusk Trials, the Night Tomb, the Dawn Curse, and the Day King. So that follows the big plot arc of the big sun problem that's happening. And once I do that, I use the Katie Tastic version this time of the 9-chapter, 3-act structure with the 9 chapters in each or whatever. I used that for this one, and it gave me like a general idea. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom in even further and kind of get more of like a scene by scene. And once I have a pretty good scene by scene outline, that's when I start drafting. Because feel like that's when I know everything that I want to know, or that I need to know to actually start. Because everything else, I'll usually just learn as I'm working my way through it. So I just say start off with bigger picture, like bigger, especially if you're doing a series. I figured out how my big problem stretches, and I was like, okay, so what do we need to do in the first book to kind of set up that kind of story? And then from there, I zoomed in a little further just on book 1 and did the 27, whatever, is that how math? Yeah, 27 point outline. And now I'm about to zoom in even further and have more of like a scene by scene kind of vibe. And then once I do that, I'm going to start drafting this thing. So I don't know if that clarified anything about how I outline, but that's usually what I do. Is I say, I mean, the very first thing that I think of with an outline is what happens, obviously, and then also what do I want to say with this piece of work? You know, like for example, Project GWC is I'm speaking very heavily about like legacy and the pressure that can leave behind when someone puts all these obligations on someone, and like how do people deal with that, like following up on a legacy that was very well known. Like how do they live up to that? That's very much what I wanted to kind of say with GWC. Project Terms and Conditions is very much of like dealing with mourning and loss and just looking at how certain people deal with that. And sometimes it can lead you down the path you don't want to go down, because people always talk about like healing and moving on from loss, but no one really ever talks about the ugly side of that. And so the Project Terms and Conditions very much shows the ugly side of mourning loss. And then with Project Terms and Conditions, I feel like my series, what I want to say with this series is that all of my characters are gonna go through this somewhat like emotional character journey of learning that they are so much more than what people say about them, or they're so much more than what other people believe about them, and what they believe about themselves. Like they can do so much more than what they believe that they could do, or what anyone else in their life ever believed they could do. And I feel like that is what I want to say with Project Purple. And so I usually know what I want to say, and that inspires what happens in the story. And then I just kind of keep zooming in. But once I get to that scene by scene, I don't let myself stay in the outlining anymore. I'm like, okay, this is the point where we got to start drafting this thing. So that is what I do. That is my process. And also that's a little sneak peek into what I am wanting to say with the pieces I have written so far and hope to write. So yeah. Let me catch up on chat because I was yapping. Yes, we do love a good outlining party. We're actually about to get started in like 2 minutes, because right on the 20-minute mark is when we're going to start our first 40-minute sprint. Yes, all the outlining vibes. I mean, absolutely. If you want to join the outlining party, feel free. Duchess is back there. Yeah. Duchess really just be out here staring. The demon is Bluey. Actually, she was in a stare down with Bluey. It went great. They were here for the weekend. They actually left this morning. I cooked them some breakfast and then before they were sent out on their way. And yeah, it was a great time. They came in Friday night. We stayed up way too late just talking. And then yesterday we went and met up with some other friends for lunch and hung out all day. And then we went to have a really nice dinner where my fiance works. And then we came home. We watched a lovely little true crime documentary, went to bed, woke up, had breakfast, and that was the weekend. It was very chill vibes, and I loved it. Moving scenes around, so kind of like outlining, even though outlining freaks me out. Yeah. I mean, okay, let me say this. Even though I make an outline, just because I wrote it down before I started drafting does not mean that I'm not going to change it, because that's what I believe. Like, my outline is not the final say, because I'm going to probably change my mind, or I'll learn more about a character and be like, oh, actually, they wouldn't do that thing that I planned them to do. They would actually do this. And so I just tweak it, move on. I always have like my outline is always a living document. It is never, ever set in stone. So it can be updated, revised at any moment in time. And yeah, that's usually what I do. Series outline till I'm done with this. I feel that. Oh, your series is about grief too. Yeah. Actually, it was the Gabby Petito true crime documentary. It was wild, to say the least. Yeah, usually the first, like the list version of the outline, like the whole thing start to finish, typically is in like a Google Doc somewhere. And then what I do for each chapter is I paste in the little notes section the scene, like what needs to happen in this chapter. That way, every time that I finish a chapter in Scrivener and I go to the next chapter, I already have a note there that tells me exactly what needs to happen next. And I just go from there and plug it in. So yeah, I keep it in 2 places. Yeah, I've used Notion as well to outline. I actually use Notion to outline for Project Terms and Conditions, and I use the table. So basically, in one column, I had like the POV that it was in. One was like the chapter number, one was the POV we were in, and then there's a big section of just like what happens in this chapter. But I found that that actually was having the list version and then plugging each individual chapter thing into Scrivener was very beneficial for me and kept me on track. And I was able to complete my first November writing challenge with that method. So I'm definitely going to be utilizing that with the fantasy project. Okie dokie. Well, let's get into our first sprint, shall we? Let me pull up my Flocus. It's already pulled up. I just got to share it. All right, friends. Our first sprint of the day. Let me go ahead and put sprint in session. Beautiful. And yeah, happy writing, reading, productivity, whatever you do it with a smile. And I'll see you in 40 minutes. Okay.
On the stream.
Bye. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. How was your 40-minute stream? I agree. That was a fast 40 minutes. Did not feel like 40 at all, but we live. But how did that go for you guys? I finished up some things with this backstory prophecy, and I had my phone call with Taylor to basically just give her the rundown of all of this backstory that I have come up with, and it's a confirmed slay from Taylor, as you can see by this let's go. Working through 4 different Word docs right now. Hey, and that's enough. That's all you needed to do. Just did some writing, vlog editing. Love that. Oh man, Taylor's jaw is on the floor. Oh, Taylor, you're being too kind. Thank you so much. But if you don't know, Taylor is basically my plot buddy for this series, because basically she was the one that I was soundboarding off of when I came up with the original plot for the first book. And so yeah, everything that I have been coming up with, she's just been hearing all about it, hearing me ramble nonstop about it. And yeah, it's great. Love it. Ian did some reading, somehow got 1,000 words. That's amazing. Been stuck for 2 days. Well, I'm so glad. I'm so glad you're unstuck. And I'm glad you were able to do it here with all of us. I love it. Did 162 words, trying to figure out this transitional chapter. You got this. Saoirse figured out how to start book 2. That is so exciting. I love that. How many books are you planning to have in your series, Saoirse? I'm curious. And is this a sequel to the book that you showed the cover of in one of your vlogs? Is it a sequel to that book, or a different story altogether? I agree. Soundboard sessions are one of my favorite things. I love it. Love it. It's just because that's where the magic really happens. That's where you're like the true creation of what this story is happens in those soundboard sessions. And I 100% believe that. Yes, we sure do. I love a soundboard, buddy. Trying to place big events in the outline and see what goes where. That's always a good thing to do. I usually like to have like big goalpost events that I know, and then I try to have some scenes that there will automatically be some scenes that I know I want in between those big goalposts. And then a lot of the times I figure out what else ends up in there as I'm drafting it. But that's so exciting. Okay, Soleil, planning a trilogy, also having lots of ideas for spinoffs. Listen, I was already talking to Taylor about how this whole like backstory that I've come up with could be its absolute own like prequel situation. It could whether it could be a novel or a novella, I don't know. But so good, so good. And if I were to do a novella for this story, I feel like that would be my like if one day when I end up having like a newsletter and all that good stuff, maybe this could be like the short story that like I give away for free for just signing up for a newsletter or something. But that's y'all. I'm telling you all these things, and I have not even started drafting a single book. So, you know. But it's there, and I get to write it if I want to. So maybe. Oh, wait, hold on. Let me finish a sentence, and then we'll move on from that thought. But I do kind of like the idea of being able to work on 2 stories at once. But I've never been like, I don't know. I don't think I can do that, because it's just I have to figure out everything that I already put in this one, and I have to continue that. And then when I switch over, it's a whole different vibe. But I maybe could, tinker around with the prequel novella story while I'm drafting book 1. Because I mean, it's all in the same world. It's all the same history and timeline. Very interesting. Very interesting indeed. we'll see what happens. Hung out with my 9-month-old niece that entire sprint. She was playing on the keyboard the whole time. Oh, I love that. I love that. Yes, yes. Encourage all young people to explore any kind of art, whether it be music or writing. Just because I think I don't know exactly what wording Brandon Sanderson says in his lectures, but he believes that it's not a matter of like should you write, because the answer is always yes, because he believes that art and allowing yourself to dive into art, whether it be music or painting or whatever, he just believes that doing that can make you a better person. It makes you a good person because we are frequently, I mean, obviously, we're writing stories, and unless you're writing a biography, you are writing the story of these other people, these other characters, what have you. And in order to do that well and to do that successfully, you have to be able to empathize with characters that may not be, may not have the same struggles or the same backgrounds as you do. And you empathizing with these fictional characters almost, it like teaches you to have empathy for other people in real life, regardless of who they are, what they believe, anything like that. It just teaches empathy. Art teaches empathy, and I feel that, I mean, it's kind of losing its. God, am I about to sound like an old person when I say this? Y'all already think I'm old, but it's just like, well, I was gonna say it, but then I lost it. So I don't know. I was about to pop off one more time, but then it left me. But you know what? That's ADHD, people. But anyway, yeah, I think everyone should be a writer. Everyone should write. Everyone should do art because it makes you a good person. Oh, I remember what I was going to say. I feel like art is becoming almost like I mean, not like a lost craft or whatever. Just, because we're very much in the age of instant gratification, and most art does not come with instant gratification. It takes time, it takes refinement, it takes practice, it takes all of that. And so I feel like with the age of instant gratification, that the pursuit of art is not as strong as it used to be, because it takes time to hone a craft, to do these things. And obviously nowadays, if you can think it, then you can ask AI to create it for you, which I hate, but that's just the day and age that this new generation is coming up in. And if they can describe what they see in their head to a search engine, most likely it can produce something that is similar to what they're seeing in their head. So, but yeah, that's my little what do you call it? My little soapbox for the day, I suppose. I think everyone should do art, and I think art is amazing. Um, yes, I can. So I really might consider writing both, because if I'm getting like stuck on one, like on like the first book, I can be like, okay, let's write some prequel stuff, because the prequel stuff is a different story altogether with different characters, but it's in the same world. It has the same rules. I don't have to shift gears as hard. I just kind of have to time travel a little bit in my own world, which is kind of fun. I love time travel. Um, yes, sound off, period. And yeah, I was kind of touching on. I was just like the with the instant gratification of this day and age. Art is just not as pursued as often, which is sad, but that's what we're all doing here. We're keeping art alive, and we're writing and telling stories and expressing our creativity through characters and worlds that don't exist and worlds that do exist. And so yeah, slay. Love that for all of us. Um the tech bros once again trying to destroy creativity. Damn it, tech bros. Hello, Anna. Welcome. Oh, coming from rehearsal. Rehearsal for what? Do tell. I don't know how anyone can live without art. I 100% agree. I 100% agree. 100% on instant gratification, but I see more and more people suggesting low buy years, trending slow living, etc. So I'm hopeful there's a movement going against that. Oh, I'm very much on slow living vibes. I love it. And like I feel like that's why a lot of people in like my generation, because we saw the whole transition from like dial-up internet to everything you can ever want to know in your pocket. So like we went through all of it. And so it's just I see a lot of people in my generation really getting back in touch with nature. They're starting their own gardens. They're getting into little cozy hobbies like crocheting and painting. And me, I got into writing again. Just really getting a lot of the people in my generation, like my age range and my friend group, we've all just been very much like trying to slow down and kind of like turn off our phones, turn off our screens, and just enjoy the quiet because it's nice. The quiet is scary for a lot of people, but for me, I really nowadays have come to really just enjoy the quiet and that time that I spend with myself because that's when I get to just come up with story ideas and play around with all these different things, like in my brain. So, yeah, that's all I got to say about that. Okay, until I start rambling again. um, exactly, exactly. I mean, I think don't they have? I'm pretty sure. Once upon a time, I was seeing this thing that could like automatically like fold your clothes for you, or it was like an all-in-one like washing machine. So it like washed, it dried, but then it also had this little like door on the side where you could like hang up a shirt or whatever, and it would like fill it with steam. So it would like basically steam out your shirt so that it wouldn't have like wrinkles and stuff on it. Listen, if I can ever sell my left kidney and afford one of those, I will be owning one. Okay, I will be owning one. But yes, I agree. I need someone to just because y'all know the song where it's like 7 to 10 business days for folding laundry. If you know, you know. That is me because it's like washing the clothes 1 hour, drying the clothes 2 hours, folding the clothes and putting them away 7 to 10 business days. And I know that's real because I have a basket of clean clothes sitting in my room right now. So listen, we're all just doing the best we can. Yeah, I was like, get a robot, but I'm afraid of them. There's a new, what's that new TV show that it's on Netflix? It's Cassandra. I think it's called Cassandra. What? Oh, I'll get back to her. But yeah, I think it's called Cassandra. I want to watch it. It's like a limited series, so we'll see. But it's very much like robot scary, like kind of vibe. So if you don't like scary, don't watch it. Don't watch Cassandra. Um, we really are. We really are. I said, Mom, I don't need an iron. I have a dryer. Okay. Because if I need a shirt de-wrinkled, I'm gonna throw that thing in the dryer for about 10 minutes, 15 minutes, call that a day. You know what I'm saying? We do actually own an iron because Clark does iron his shirts like a adult, which is crazy. But usually whenever I need a shirt ironed or he's already ironing something, I'm like, hey, I like walk up with my little wrinkly shirt. I'm like, hey, you wanna iron this for me? And he's like, yes. But anyway, oh my gosh. Someone take this keyboard away from me. Oh my gosh. I think we all hate ironing, but like the real tea is why do we hate ironing? I mean, because if we're really thinking about it, I'm thinking, what is it about? I mean, because yeah, it's a hassle to like, get out the little ironing board and like get it warmed up, whatever. But I feel like the actual process, the actual act of ironing is kind of peaceful. And see, that's what I was getting at. Because we're all talking about, I feel like the loss of ironing, because we were just talking about instant gratification, and ironing is not an instant gratification thing, but throwing it in a dryer and pushing a button, instant. And you know that in however many minutes that you go and do something else, that thing's going to be de-wrinkled and you didn't have to do anything extra, you know? I don't know. Energy preservation, instant gratification, laundry and irons. That's the T on all that. Exactly. Technically, it takes more time, but it's less time that it takes from you because you just throw it in there, push a button, and then you just show back up, and however long you go to do something else, and it's ready. Anyway, I digress. I don't know why we're talking about laundry because we got some writing to do. Okay. So let me get our focus back up. Agreed. Agreed. Where is my time to write and read? I say that every single day. That's what I'm saying. Like, because at the end of the day, if I see someone walk in with a wrinkled shirt, I'm not going to look at them and judge them. I'm going to look at them and be like, you know what? I get it. I get it. You didn't have time to iron that shirt. I don't even own an iron, sis. So I get it. Boomers. Oh my goodness. All right, friends. It is time for our second and final sprint for this lovely Sunday afternoon. So let us all remove the thoughts of laundry from our brains because we just don't need that kind of negativity in our lives. And let us all jump into our happy, magical fantasy worlds, romance stories, whatever it is you're writing right now. We're going to jump into those worlds and write things that don't have to do with laundry. It's going to be great. I can't wait. So, with that said, happy writing, reading, whatever it is you do it with a smile. And I'll see you in 40 minutes. All right, friends. How did that go for ya? I started my outline finally, my actual outline. But I did also make me a turkey sandwich because I was getting hungry. I refilled my water because hydrating is important. And yeah, that's how my sprint went. How did it go for you guys? Also, did a lot of staring at the wall, as you saw. I saw that LDJ was he made a sandwich. He was just staring at the timer. There was a moment where I was literally just like trying to think of like the next little part of a scene, and I was like, "How does that happen?" And I was just like staring, literally watching the seconds like tick down. It was crazy, but made some good progress. Happy with it. Happy with it. Let's see. Let me see. Malin. Ooh. Finished editing the vlog. Now I just need to get some music for the B-roll. Love that. Exactly. Got to stare at the wall to show it your support for its support. Yeah, the wall is always there for me to stare at. So we really should appreciate our walls more. That's such a fun way to look at it. Thank you, Laura. Let's see, 271 that time. Of course, happy to do it. You know, I love sprinting with all you wonderful people. Let's see. Started editing my physical copy. Super fun to scribble all over it. Yes, that was my favorite thing when I was using my when I had my physical copy and I was able to mark up all over it. See, there's always one page that I like to go through. I think it was it chapter 7 where I had all the notes that were like I was like, oh my gosh, oh yeah, like I mean, just marked up all over the place. I love it so much. Love it. Seriously outlined quite a few chapters. Also saw a little plot hole, so I need to figure that out. Love that little patchwork, if you will. Yanni somehow wrote 746 words for chapter 19. Almost done with it. Congratulations. That's amazing. Ooh, shortbread cookie dough. That sounds delicious. Made a playlist of Taylor Swift songs for inspiration. Got a few goalposts down. Love that. Congratulations. 220 words. Nice. That's better than 0. You killed it. Love it. Got some parts ready. Well, I guess it's not that many marks, but I mean, I also had like an entire like sheet like this that already had like most of my things that I wanted to do. Obviously, I scribbled on the front and then some on the back side of this. So really, I mean, not all the scribbles made it into the actual book. And also, this was mostly the only thing that I was like actually writing in here, because was draft 3. The only thing that I was like taking notes in the book of was like developmental things that were not already stated on this lovely chart that I made for revisions. So it wasn't like a lot, but I mean, I'm sure if I was going from like a draft 1 printed copy and I was marking that thing up, oh, it would be more ink than it would be anything else, for sure. Love that. See, I always have the good intentions of color coding something, but then I always end up just being like, I never actually stick with it because the act of switching colored markers or colored pens just slows me down, and then I get distracted, and then it just, for me personally, I just use a red pen because red just is a color that jumps out, and it's just like boop. I turn to a page, look for the red. If there's nothing there, I move on. It's great. Started chapter 24/28. Wrote 1283 words. Wow. Oh, excuse me. That's amazing. That's a lot of progress. Congratulations. Color coded sticky tabs. Love that. Oh yeah, draft 1. So it's a complete mess. I get it. Oh, I'm jealous. I need you to send me some through the magic of StreamYard. Pretty please. Oh my goodness. Excuse me. But friends, that is going to wrap up my time here with all of you this wonderful Sunday afternoon. But don't be sad, because literally around this time tomorrow, Taylor and I will be live on her channel. We are going to be doing some more productivity sprints over there. It'll be 6 p.m. Central Time. and 5 p.m. Mountain Time, and then I don't know what it is for all the other times. I think that's 4 p.m. Pacific Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. I think that covers most of the time zones that at least I know in my brain. But that will be tomorrow at that time. It's already posted over on Taylor's channel. So go over there, click notify, and you'll be notified as soon as we go live together tomorrow evening. But with all of that, thank you all so much for being here. I appreciate you all so much, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.